Have you ever wondered if our reality is just a sophisticated computer simulation? This question, once relegated to the realms of science fiction, is now a serious topic of discussion among philosophers and scientists. The idea that we might be living in a simulated reality, much like characters in a video game, is both fascinating and unsettling. This concept, popularized by movies like The Matrix, forces us to confront a fundamental question: what is real? If our experiences, relationships, and even our memories could be simulated, what does it mean to exist? While definitive proof of a simulated reality remains elusive, exploring this possibility raises profound questions about the nature of our existence and the limits of our perception. This exploration leads us to the intriguing concept of hacking reality. If we are indeed living in a simulation, could we find ways to manipulate the rules of this digital world? Could we exploit glitches in the system, communicate with the simulators, or even break free from the simulation entirely? These questions form the basis of a growing field of inquiry that blends computer science, philosophy, and physics. Let's delve into some of the most compelling ideas in this field, and explore the potential pathways for escaping a simulated reality. One of the most intuitive ways to hack a simulation is to exploit its bugs. Just like software programs, simulations could contain errors or vulnerabilities that we can exploit to gain an advantage or even break free. Think of glitches in video games where players can clip through walls or access hidden areas by exploiting errors in the game's code. Similarly, our simulated reality might have subtle inconsistencies or flaws that we can learn to identify and manipulate. These glitches could manifest as physical impossibilities, logical contradictions, or even statistical anomalies. By carefully observing and experimenting with our environment, we might be able to uncover these inconsistencies and use them to our advantage. For example, if we discover a way to consistently defy gravity or manipulate the flow of time, it could be evidence that our reality is not as fixed as we believe. While finding and exploiting these bugs would be incredibly challenging, it remains a tantalizing possibility for those seeking to break free from the simulation. Overloading the simulation. Another approach to escaping a simulated reality involves pushing the simulation to its limits. If our reality is computationally generated, it stands to reason that it has finite resources. Just like a computer can slow down or crash when overloaded with too much data, our simulated reality might struggle to keep up if we can find ways to overload its processing power. But how do we overload a system as complex as our universe? One possibility is to create scenarios that require immense computational resources to simulate. This could involve conducting large-scale experiments in quantum mechanics, attempting to create artificial intelligence that surpasses human capabilities, or even searching for and interacting with other simulated realities within the same system. If successful, these actions could strain the simulation's resources, potentially causing glitches, slowdowns, or even a complete system crash. While a system crash might sound disastrous, it could also be the key to breaking free from the simulation and interacting with whatever lies beyond. Imagine trying to get the attention of a programmer while playing a video game. You might try typing messages, performing unusual actions, or even attempting to break the game's rules. This concept of communicating with the creators of a simulation is known as social engineering. In the context of a simulated reality, social engineering involves finding ways to send messages or signals to the simulators, hoping they might acknowledge our presence or even interact with us directly. This could involve searching for patterns or anomalies in our reality that could be interpreted as messages, attempting to create large-scale events or structures that would be difficult to miss, or even trying to manipulate the simulation's code through our actions. While the success of such endeavors is uncertain, the possibility of communicating with the simulators offers a tantalizing glimpse into the nature of our reality and the motivations of those who might be controlling it. Would they be benevolent creators, indifferent observers, or something else entirely? The answers to these questions could have profound implications for our understanding of our place in the cosmos. Artificial intelligence plays a fascinating dual role in the quest to escape a simulated reality. On the one hand, the development of advanced AI could be the very thing that tips us off to the simulated nature of our existence. If we create AI that surpasses human intelligence and possesses the ability to analyze and manipulate its environment at a fundamental level, it might be able to detect inconsistencies or limitations that reveal the simulated nature of our world. On the other hand, the ability to contain and control AI could be intrinsically linked to the possibility of escaping a simulation. If we can definitively prove that it is impossible to contain AI, it suggests that there are forces beyond our control, potentially the simulators themselves, who dictate the rules of our reality. Conversely, if we can successfully develop methods for containing and controlling AI, it might provide us with the tools and understanding necessary to manipulate the simulation itself and potentially break free from its confines. Section 6. The perils of hacking reality. While the prospect of escaping a simulated reality is alluring, it's crucial to acknowledge the potential risks involved. Attempting to hack the simulation could have unintended and potentially catastrophic consequences. For example, if our actions were to alert the simulators to our awareness of the simulation, they might choose to shut down the simulation entirely, leaving us to cease to exist. Alternatively, they could reset the simulation to an earlier state, erasing any progress we might have made towards escaping. Furthermore, even if we were to successfully manipulate the simulation, there's no guarantee that the reality we escape to would be any better than the one we left behind. It's entirely possible that the reality outside the simulation is far more chaotic, hostile, or incomprehensible than anything we can imagine. Therefore, any attempt to hack the simulation must be approached with extreme caution and a thorough understanding of the potential risks involved. Section 7. What if our brains are the simulators? The Boltzmann brain theory offers a fascinating twist on the simulation hypothesis. This theory proposes that it's statistically more likely for our reality to be the product of a self-aware entity's imagination than a complex computer simulation. In this scenario, our consciousness, rather than residing within a simulated universe, is the fundamental building block of reality itself. Our brains, or rather our conscious minds, are the simulators, creating and experiencing a consistent perception of reality from within. This concept eliminates the need for an external computer running the simulation, but it also raises profound questions about the nature of consciousness and the origin of our subjective experiences. If our brains are the simulators, escaping this self-imposed reality would require a fundamental shift in our understanding of consciousness and the ability to manipulate the very fabric of our perception. It's a mind-bending concept that challenges our assumptions about the nature of reality and the limits of our own existence. Section 8. Building our own matrices, virtual reality, and simulated worlds. While the existence of a simulated universe remains a topic of speculation, we are rapidly developing the technology to create our own simulated realities. Virtual reality and augmented reality technologies are becoming increasingly sophisticated, blurring the lines between the digital and physical worlds. As these technologies advance, we might soon be able to create immersive virtual environments that are virtually indistinguishable from reality itself. These simulated worlds could offer us a chance to explore different realities, experience life from different perspectives, and even transcend the limitations of our physical bodies. While these simulated realities might not offer a true escape from a potential overarching simulation, they could provide valuable insights into the nature of consciousness, the limits of perception, and the very essence of what it means to exist. Moreover, the development of these technologies could be a stepping stone towards even more advanced forms of simulation, potentially blurring the lines between reality and simulation even further. Section 9. The ultimate escape. Is it even possible? The question of whether or not we can escape a simulated reality remains one of the most intriguing and challenging questions facing humanity. While we have explored various theoretical possibilities, from exploiting bugs to communicating with the simulators, definitive proof of a simulated reality remains elusive. Moreover, even if we were to confirm the simulated nature of our existence, the path to escaping this digital prison is fraught with uncertainty and potential danger. The risks associated with hacking the simulation are significant, and the reality that awaits us outside the simulation might be far from welcoming. However, the pursuit of this question is not merely an intellectual exercise, it forces us to confront fundamental questions about the nature of reality, the limits of our perception, and the very essence of what it means to exist. Whether or not we can escape the simulation, the very act of questioning our reality pushes the boundaries of human knowledge and inspires us to explore the furthest reaches of our imagination. And perhaps in the end, that is the greatest escape of all.